Dinosaur Train. Dinosaur. Once upon a time there was a mom. Her name was Mrs. Pteranodon. Sitting on her nest she heard a scratching and said,
"Oh boy, my eggs are hatching."
One by one her kids pop free. Baby Pteranodons, 1, 2, 3.
"I'll name you Tiny, Shiny, and Don."
But Tiny said,
"Wait, there's one more, Mom."
The last little baby was a different size, with teeth and a tail and big green eyes. He didn't look anything like the rest.
What am I doing in a Pteranodon nest?
But dear old Mrs. Pteranodon said,
"Oh, this is your family and I'm your mom. You may be different, but we're all creatures. All dinosaurs have different features. Come on, buddy, we'll take a vacation. I'll get us a ticket at Pteranodon Station. We'll travel the world in sunshine and rain and meet all the species on the
Dinosaur Train!
Dinosaur Train.
Dinosaur Train!
Dinosaur Train.
We're gonna ride the Dinosaur Train.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
Good.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
Now, we are at the LA Live Steamers, and we're doing a special Dinosaur Train event. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Well, this is a place where they have on display all these handmade trains, and they're large models, beautifully done. And of course, it's celebrating Train Day, so this is a fitting place for people to come and celebrate both Dinosaur Train and KOCE and Train Day.
And now you're going to be reading later today, is that correct?
I think I am. I'm reading one of our little storybooks.
Excellent. What do you think is the appeal to Dinosaur Train to all the kids?
You know, what kid doesn't love trains? And what kid doesn't love dinosaurs? But we know we have kids immediately interested in the show because of those twin interests, but we also feel that because the characters on the show are so lovable, that kids are falling in love with the show itself, not just dinosaurs and trains.
Now, are you going to be riding some of these trains later on?
I didn't realize that adults could do it, but now that I can see they can do it, I'm doing it.
All right. And do you have a favorite character on Dinosaur Train?
Mrs. Pteranodon is my favorite character. I feel that I am her, and I actually built with my husband a crazy Mrs. Pteranodon outfit for Halloween last year, and it was really uncomfortable, and I felt really silly wearing it, but I sort of felt like I had to embody her once.
I've seen remember that, and it seemed like nobody knew who you were. You just kind of creeped around and in your costume.
I know, I was slinking around. Mrs. Pteranodon is like the ultimate mother, you know. She's constantly proud of the little dinosaurs. Like, oh, she's, you know, she gets sentimental. She's a little bit overexcited and emotional when they go to places like conifer forests, and she celebrates, you know, she gets excited about the holidays, and she's a groupie for the King Cryolophosaurus, the rock and roll dinosaur. So she's a cool mom.
A cool mom, like I'm sure you would be too.
I would like to think so.
Well, Lisa, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today, and enjoy your train ride.
All right, thank you.
Now we're talking to Joe Purdy, who is the story editor and Mr. Disclaimer on Dinosaur Train. How you doing today, Joe?
Great.
What do you think of this Train Day event?
This is fantastic. It's like, you know, we make the show alone with we get, you know, a lot of reaction because people watch it, but this is a great day. Kids are riding trains, reading books, listening to songs, so it's great.
Now, you got to read a story to some of the kids. How did that go?
It was great. It was very fun. Very fun. Kids were suddenly showing the pictures and were crawling all over me, so my, 5 minutes, 30 seconds of fame, so it's very fun.
Now, do you ever get, I heard you talk about this before, do you ever get recognized as Mr. Disclaimer?
I have been recognized. I do a little Mr. Disclaimer on the interstitials for the show, and I've been recognized in Target by some kids and at a birthday party of a friend by adults who were over the moon that they were meeting me. So it was, it was hilarious. But it was really nice. So.
Now, we've got some new episodes of Dinosaur Train coming out. Can you give us any sneak peek of what these are about?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a lot more. We are, the Pteranodon family is going even further into the Mesozoic. So we're doing a lot of specials, Big Dinosaur Week and Extreme Weather Week. So they're going to go through hurricanes and earthquakes and floods. And also a gathering of all the dinosaurs A to Z. They're going to all get together. So we've been writing like crazy, and it's really fun. And now, we have over 100 episodes. So lots of new songs also, great songs.
Excellent. Well, now I want to ask you one more question before I let you go. This is a fan sent this in when we interviewed the Dinosaur Train voice cast.
Right.
Has there ever been any discussion as to the dinosaurs have invented these trains and they've invented time travel, but why did they just stop there?
That's a very good question. Wow, yeah. Well, it's always a little sticky subject, right? I think that they're back. They've invented other things, but they're back in the lab, back at the drawing boards, perfecting it. We actually have an episode coming up where the Dinosaur Train sort of competes against a rocket train, a new train.
Wow.
So stay tuned to see who, which one comes on top.
All right, can you tell us your names?
Miles Chrisman.
Les Kovacs.
And you both are members of the club of the LA Steamers, is that correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we are.
And can you tell us a bit about what the Steamers is?
Well, the Steamers is a club of professional model builders.
Of train enthusiasts, let's put it that way. We perpetuate the live steam hobby of old, basically of steam engines. I mean, that's what the main hobby was originally. Even though we do have diesel engines, but we do have great examples of steam locomotives that are exact duplicates of the real thing. And people spend many hours building these trains. I mean, you could almost spend as much money building one of these trains as you can as a full-size train when they were originally built. So it's the love of the hobby, and we just try to share the hobby with the community in the area.
Well, I know you guys also do holiday-themed events as well. You have a Halloween train that happens, right?
Yeah, we do a Halloween train. We run generally about 9 days during Halloween. It's about 7 to 10 before the Halloween itself. Usually it's right before the weekends. We usually do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on those weekends before Halloween. And we're generally run Halloween in a couple of days right before Halloween. It's a big event. We have the place all decorated. There's lights, there's sound systems. No blood, no gore. I mean, it's all for the children. That's what it's all about. Basically, it is scary, but it's not scary. How is that? I mean, the kids really love it. And that's what we really do it for, is, just like this event here. I mean, this is great to share our hobby with Jim Henson, their Dinosaur Train. I mean, that's what it's all about, is, trying to share the hobby and people learning about steam trains. And so that's what we're here for.
And last year, to give you an example, after 10 evenings, we carried close to 10,000 people. And that's, again, we are Los Angeles' best kept secret.
Yes.
So everybody comes to us and says, I didn't know that you were here. Well, believe it or not, I didn't know that they were here. And a lot of people in our club they see the possibility of living their dream. And they come down here and they do that.
All right, well, thank you guys very much for taking the time to talk to us today. We appreciate it.
This big bright crowd's been keeping me down. Crazy fans have been chasing me around. Get in the woods so I can get some rest. You little kids, maybe show you my crest, my crest. Yeah, it's the best. It's beautiful. I call it mine. Trialophosaurus craftsman.
Well, now we're talking to Dinosaur Train creator Craig Bartlett. Craig, how you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent. Well, we're here at Train Day, and it's a big Dinosaur Train celebration, and you played live on stage. You played songs from the show. What was that like?
It was really fun. This time we put together the Dinosaur Train band, which was a first. Normally, when I play at these events, I get up in front of a screen and with the cartoon playing behind me, and we take the vocals off and just have me, play the guitar and sing along with it, kind of karaoke style. But this time we were outside and we were out in the sun, and we knew we couldn't project the show, and so we knew we had to do an actual band. So I had bass, drums, and guitar along with me.
And is this the first time you've rocked out full band with the songs?
It's true.
Are you going to go on tour now?
Yeah. We're already going to expand our set. I know that. I talked to George, the drummer. We were saying we would just add songs, and when we have our premiere party for the new season, we'll do it again.
Now, you've written a lot of songs for the show, and what's
50 now?
50 now. What is the songwriting process like? Like, do you just sit down with a guitar in front of your computer or with a pad and paper?
Yeah, I generally, what's really cool about writing songs for Dinosaur Train is they're curriculum-based, almost always. They're always about something, and so I find it much more fun to rhyme, just trying to find things that rhyme with Saurus and Cretaceous and so on. And so that's kind of like that. That's half the struggle is you just put together your rhymes based on what you're trying to, teach in that song. And then we always try to be beyond that, it's very basic. It's pretty rock and roll, 3 chords and bass and boom chicka boom chick. And a lot of songs have that boom chicka boom, the train
rhythm.
The train rhythm, right.
Now, do you have any songwriting influences?
Well, the sort of godfather of the Dinosaur Train songs I think would be probably Johnny Cash, just because, and the old Sun Records sound, the stuff that was happening with Elvis and Johnny Cash in Memphis. That seems like a really cool kind of stripped down, country rock that was sort of it's the area from which most of the songs come. But if you listen to the series, there's Broadway songs and kind of big band songs and kind of earlier genre stuff like with the Throw It On Night Train is kind of Cab Calloway. So we just sort of do whatever we want, and we'll start with like what we have to write, and then we'll say, okay, what do we want it to be? And I usually work with someone. Some of the songs I write myself, but sometimes I'll work with another songwriter, like Mike Himmelstein's written a lot with me. Jim Lang wrote a lot with me. And we would just say, what style do we want to work in this time?
Now, you had a bunch of kids up there dancing in front of you. What's it like having all the kids sing along with you?
The kids, the preschool audience is great because they're, 3 to 6 is our target audience. And they are, there's no filters, man. They're just like, they're living it. And when they're into it, they're really into it, and there's no cynicism, and they're really cool. So they're a wonderful audience.
Well, I know that a big hit today was Every Dinosaur Poops.
Every Dinosaur Poops, one of the favorites, And I all you have to do is say we're going to sing Every Dinosaur Poops, and they start laughing. So
laugh right from the top.
Yeah, and I noticed that I had a couple of ringers today. We had Elise Allen's kid and Phil Hayes' kid, who both go to school together. Elise is a writer on the show, and Phil plays the voice of King Cryolophosaurus. So they, as fans of the show and who knew all this stuff, they stood up front and sang all the lyrics for the other kids' benefit.
Well, Craig, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very much. I had a great day.
Different, but we're all creatures. All dinosaurs have different features. Come on, buddy, we'll take a vacation. I'll get us a ticket at Pteranodon Station. We'll travel the world in sunshine and rain and meet all the species on the
Dinosaur Train!
Dinosaur Train.
Dinosaur Train!
Dinosaur Train.
We're gonna ride
Ride.
the Dinosaur Train!